The old church loomed behind me, its once proud steeple now a crooked finger pointing accusingly at the sky.
The old church loomed behind me, its once proud steeple now a crooked finger pointing accusingly at the sky. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying wood, a haunting perfume that clung to my clothes as I stepped further into the gloom. Shadows danced along the cracked stone walls, whispering secrets I couldn't decipher. I could hear the soft rustle of leaves, punctuated by the distant caw of a crow, a lonely herald of the mysteries that lay hidden within.
James, are you sure about this?
Yeah, I'm sure. It's just an old building. What's the worst that could happen?
Famous last words. You know that place has been abandoned for decades, right? There's bound to be something creepy in there.
Like what, ghosts? Come on, it's just an old church.
Just an old church? That's exactly how horror stories start. Next thing you know, we'll be running from a priest with a chainsaw.
I'll keep my eyes peeled for a chainsaw-wielding cleric. But seriously, I found something interesting behind it. We have to check it out.
What did you find?
It's hard to explain. Just trust me, it's worth it.
Okay, but if I get eaten by a ghost, I'm haunting you for life.
Deal, come on, let's go. I pushed open the heavy wooden door, the creak echoing like a warning through the stillness. Dust motes floated lazily in the beams of sunlight that pierced the stained glass windows, illuminating the forgotten sanctuary. The air was cooler inside, a stark contrast to the humid embrace outside. I stepped in, the wooden floor creaking beneath my feet.
Wow, this place is something.
Yeah, something kind of gives me the creeps.
Just think of it as an adventure. Let's find that artifact.
What does it look like?
It's hard to describe. It has these strange inscriptions on it, almost like a language I've never seen before. And it feels alive, like it's watching us.
Creepy, so where is it?
Back here, I said, leading them deeper into the church.
The light faded as we moved further from the entrance, swallowed by the shadows that thickened around us. I could feel the weight of their gazes on me, their trust hanging by a thread as I pushed open a door that creaked ominously.
Are you sure we should be in here? Mary's voice trembled slightly, but curiosity tugged at her as she followed. What if it's dangerous?
I'm sure I insisted. It's just an artifact. It can't hurt us.
But even as I said it, doubt gnawed at the edges of my confidence. What if it could? The room was smaller, filled with dust-covered relics and forgotten memories. The air smelled stale, as if it had been holding its breath for decades. My heart raced as I scanned the room, searching for the unusual object I had stumbled upon earlier.
There, I exclaimed, pointing to a dark corner where the light barely reached.
The artifact lay half buried beneath a pile of rubble, its surface glinting ominously in the dim light.
What is it? Tommy asked, stepping closer but hesitating just outside the shadows.
It's hard to tell, I admitted, moving toward it. But I just know it's important.
Mary stepped beside me, her eyes wide.
Be careful, James.
I knelt down, brushing aside the debris. The artifact was unlike anything I had ever seen, an orb, smooth and cold to the touch, with intricate designs swirling across its surface. They seemed to shift and shimmer under my fingers, whispering secrets I couldn't understand.
Whoa, Tommy breathed, inching closer. That is weird.
Is it safe? Mary asked, her voice a mixture of awe and apprehension. What if it's cursed or something?
Cursed, I laughed, but the sound felt hollow. It's just a rock.
Just a rock? Tommy echoed incredulously. That is not just a rock. You're not going to touch it, are you?
Of course I am. I picked it up, the weight of it grounding me in the moment. I need to know what it is.
No! Mary exclaimed, stepping back. What if something happens?
Nothing's going to happen, I assured her. But even as I said it, a cold shiver ran down my spine. It's just an artifact.
Just an artifact that looks like it belongs in a horror movie, Tommy muttered, eyeing the orb with trepidation.
Relax, guys. I turned the orb in my hands, the inscriptions glowing faintly in the dim light. It's beautiful.
Beautiful and dangerous, Mary countered, her voice tinged with worry. We should put it back.
Not until I figure out what it is. I couldn't shake the feeling that this was a moment of significance, a decision that might change everything.
Suddenly the orb pulsed in my hands, a deep hum resonating within it.
What the? I stumbled back, nearly dropping it.
James! Tommy shouted, his eyes wide. What's happening?
I don't know, I gasped, the orb vibrating violently now, the inscriptions swirling faster.
Put it down, Mary urged. panic rising in her voice.
No, I have to.
Before I could finish, the orb erupted with a blinding light, engulfing the room in a searing glow.
James! Tommy screamed, reaching for me, but the light swallowed him too.
The last thing I heard was Mary's terrified scream, and then everything went dark.